Section 7.1 Program Development Life Cycle. This is the first section of Paper 2 of Computer Science. Program Development Life Cycle, PDLC. PDLC is a process of developing a software or a program. It has multiple stages. The first stage is analysis stage. In analysis stage, the programmer have to answer this question, what to do. So programmer will define the problem and understand the problem. Two tools are used during analysis phase. The first one is abstraction. In abstraction, the programmer will gather all the information from the management, from the client, and all the users that are using the program. And then he will keep that information that will be required for the program. All the irrelevant information must be discarded. That is called abstraction. That is to keep only relevant information. Second one is decomposition. If the problem is big, then the programmer have to divide it into sub problems, into smaller problems so that it can be solved easily. Once the analysis is done, next stage is design stage. In design stage, the programmer will answer this question, that is how to do. He will make a design, that workable solution. Like three standard methods of design are used. The first one is a structure chart. In analysis phase, we have done the decomposition. That is, we divide it into sub problems, and then sub problem is divided into further sub problem. Now this can be represented with the help of a diagram. That diagram is called structure chart. Structure chart shows the hierarchy of all the systems and its subsystems. Second one is flow chart. Now structure chart only shows the name of the modules, name of the subsystems. Flow chart shows the detail of each subsystem, that how that subsystem will work, how that program will work. It is a pictorial form, diagrammatic form of your solution. And third one is a pseudocode. Pseudocode looks like a programming code. It is descriptive form of your solution. Now, once the design is complete, then the programmer will write down the code, and that stage is called coding and iterative testing. There are three stages in that particular stage as well. There are three steps. The first one is to write a program. The programmer will write a program in any suitable language like C++, Python, Java, VB.NET, or any suitable language. After writing the program, the programmer will test the program for errors. That he will check that is there any error in the program. If there is any error, then he have to amend the program or rewrite the program. Now once the coding is complete, the last stage is testing. Now testing means to run and test a complete program by putting different type of test data in the program. So this is a broader view of program development lifecycle. We will discuss each and every stage in detail in next slides. In previous slide, we have summarized the program development lifecycle and its stages. Now we will discuss each and every stage in detail. Definition of PDLC: it is the process to manage the development of software programs, that how a software will be developed from scratch to end. There are multiple stages of PDLC, but in Cambridge we have only 4 stages, so we will discuss only these 4 stages. The first one is analysis, design, coding, and testing, that we have discussed in the previous slide. Analysis is the first stage of PDLC. It's a very important stage. Analysis stage consists of clearly defining and understanding of the problem. In this stage, the programmer define what to do and understand that how the solution will work. In analysis phase, everyone working on the solution understands what is needed. Now, everyone includes the management, the client, the programmer, and the user. Everyone must understand that what is required from that particular software, what will be the output, and all the requirements must be discussed before working on it. Now, this is called requirement specification for the program. Software Requirement Specification (SRS) is official document that must be signed by the programmer and the client before working on the solution. This document includes all the requirements that are required by the client, and must be fulfilled by the programmer once the your software is complete. The analysis stage uses abstraction and decomposition tools. Abstraction means keeping the key elements required for the solution only and discard any unnecessary details and information that is not required. Now, during gathering the information, there will be many information that will be irrelevant for the programmer. For example, if you ask different questions from the management will give you much detail, and that detail might not be required in your program. So abstraction means that you have to only keep the key elements and remove all the unnecessary detail. That process is called abstraction. Second one is decomposition. Decomposition means to break down a complex problem into smaller parts that can be solved easily. Now, some programs are very large in size. It have millions of line of codes. So you have to divide it into subparts. That is called decomposition. So in analysis phase, the decomposition is done. Now, once the analysis is done, the next stage is design stage. Design stage of the program shows the programmer all the tasks that need to be completed, then how each task is to be performed, and how the tasks work together. Because in analysis, we have decomposed the problem into the smaller problems. Now the programmer have to work out that how these tasks work together to complete the solution. The design can be formally documented using structure chart, flow chart, and pseudocode. We will discuss these three terms in detail in the next slides. Third stage is coding and iterative testing. Up to now, we have analyzed a problem, we have decomposed into the smaller problems, then the programmer will make a design. Now it's time to write a program in any suitable programming language. So coding is process of writing the program using a suitable programming language. Programming language can be Python, it can be Java, or it can be VB.NET, or any other language that is suitable for that particular software. Iterative testing includes modular testings are conducted. Modular testing means the small programs that are part of the big program. In analysis phase, we decompose it into the smaller problems. Those small problems are basically modules, and so the programmer tests each and every module. Then if there is any error, the programmer will amend the code and then repeat the test until the module performs as required. Until and unless all the errors are removed, the programmer will keep this process. This cycle will be continued. You have to make a test, amend the code, and then retake the test. The last stage of PDLC is testing. Testing means running of a complete program many times with different sets of test data. There are different type of test data that we will discuss in detail in the next lectures. We run the program, we put in different inputs, and then test the program that the desired outcome must be obtained after running the program. That process is called testing. So